Hello and welcome one and all far and wide. Welcome to the writing classroom and thank you for turning up. This is your year of yes. That means you want to be here and you want to get better. I'm sending a big heartburst thank you to all the people in the teacher squad who are working their socks off, and also thank you to mums, dads and grown-ups for supporting your children to be better writers. My name is Mrs. C and you're in safe hands. And if you want to get me to see your writing, you need to hashtag it English with Mrs. C and I will find it and I will read it. Okay, let's get started. We've got a gorgeous jingle that sets the pace, and it certainly is lickety split. Be brave, Don't worry if it's fast, it's because we have high expectations. So, well, I had a lovely little rendition of the slogan from Harry. Thank you, Harry. And here we go. It goes like this. Pens up. Think at pace. Jot quick. Writing's ace. And you know, your writing really is ace. I am popping with pride, actually, to see how much it has improved and the progress you have made in such a short space of time. In fact, the whole of social media is excited. Everybody is about how well you are doing. I can see that you're ready for today, but let's just remind ourselves of the times. You jot, and I give you time where you can glimmer and show me your ideas, and you've got 45 seconds. We then have a minute of time to audit and add. You get a chance to look at Mrs. C's words, add more, change, and ensure that you like all of the words in your vocabulary vault. Then we move to writing side, and there's always more than you think. 3 minutes is longer than you think, but it's a chance to really think about your writing. Okay, who has made it to the celebration wall? Well, actually, it's Millie. Millie's in year 3, and this has been sent in by Hayley Monk on Twitter. And can I just say, Millie, your layout is absolutely spot on. I love your thinking side. I love your writing side. I can really see the effort you are making. And, well, Millie, you win the art of the quick colour simile. Look at this. The amethyst purple coral. Amazing. The frog green seaweed. I love it. The fire red samurai fish. Oh, what a great writer you are. Okay, who's made it to the super sentence stacking wall? Well, it's popping off today. We have Esme in year 5, and that's been sent in by Kath. Look at this. Short, effective, but really evocative in revealing how worried Erin is. Look, Erin swallowed hard. It's not a long, rambling, descriptive sentence, but it does the job. And then we've got Charlie, who's 6 years old. Oh, thank you, Anna Nichols' mum, for sending me this piece of work, because Charlie really has got the beauty of the sea here and all the positive language, a bright smile that glittered in the calm sea. And we're feeling really affectionate now towards Black Rock. He's not a scary character, really brought home by Charlie's words there. And then Jack Burnage, well done, from Heathfield School. Look at this perfect precision in how he describes the jellyfish. Beautiful. Didn't have this in my vocabulary vault, Jack, and I'm a little bit jealous. The glassy jellyfish. Do you know, all of these precise word choices are the very bits that are making the difference. Well done, everybody. Okay, there's going to be 30 seconds on the clock. You know what you have to do. Fold a piece of paper in half and get your thinking side ready, or a double page spread if it's a book. You take a pencil or a pen and you draw 2 lines to create 3 learning chunks. Cut them all in half so we have 2 word banks every time. Off you go. Remember, we always put a little visual on the screen that highlights the word bank space you need to collect your words in. That is there to help you. Now, every time we write, we have lenses that illuminate and brightly show the way and direction of our writing. And these are taken from the Writing Rainbow. And Mrs. C has been working on the Writing Rainbow all this time. I'm always thinking about the ideas of writing there in the fantastics, the grammar of writing. So we have a lot of control over what we're trying to do with words. And finally, the techniques of writing. And you're beginning to show that you're really adept at some of these skills. We always choose 3 from the writing rainbow. And what are our 3 today? Well, we are going to focus and zoom into the sense of sight, particularly from Erin's perspective about what she can see, and we're going to gather synonyms. The second thing we're going to do is collect collective nouns and really add depth and vastness and richness into the writing. And then finally, we're going to finish with a complex sentence. Don't worry if anything looks a bit tricky or difficult. I'm here to help you, and you will work under my models and my wings of writing so that you can be the very best writer that you can be. Okay, here we go. Where are we on the map? Where is the route taking us? Well, we're at plot point 6, and Erin now is getting used to being under the sea. In fact, she's relaxing more. So we're going to take it up further, much higher into the positivity scale. This is when Erin realises she is in a paradise, a perfect paradise, a utopian, watery world. She really is beginning to feel safe with Black Rock and truly is now looking deep all around the vast, immense space and seeing all of its beauty. This is where our writing's going to take us, and I'd like you now to come with me down to Word Bank 1, Learning Chunk 1, and there's 2 things I want you to think about. We are going to write in slow motion. We're going to really slow the pace here. And I want us to think about the sea. I actually want us to think about 2 word banks. One of them I'm not one bit worried about because we've done it before, actually. I want us to think about words for big, synonyms for big, to describe the sea, the big sea. I'm going to write one down. I'm going to write down tremendous. It's positive. It's wonderful. The tremendous sea. The other word I'd like us to think about is wide. I'm going to use my shadometer to help me and see if I can gather words in this synonym family. I'm going to use my thesaurus thinking, and I'm going to turn up the intensity as well. I've got wide. I'm also going to make a note of far-reaching. I'm going to use little hyphens so the reader reads it together. Wide, far-reaching, expansive. All of those words in the wide family. Expansive. I'd like now to give you some jotting time. Some jotting time on Word Bank 1. I want you to think about big and wide. How many words can you come up with? I'm going to add large into my big word bank over here. You might have large. If you've got large, you can tick it off. If you like it, you can add it in. We're going to do some more audit and adding now. I'm going to add to my big word bank. I'm going to add to my wide word bank. You can watch and add words in too. Well done, everybody. You're getting really good at this. Let's move over now to word bank 2. And there's this word, nice, the nice C. Well, I'm not sure about nice. I'm not sure if nice is the best word for the job. I want Erin to really notice that it is really quite mesmerising and beautiful and enchanting. I'm going to write down some improved words for nice. I've got a really good idea. The glorious sea. The glorious sea. I've got another idea. Captivating. Captivating sea. Really positive. I'd like you to add some positive adjectives into your word bank now. Off you go, Jo. Let's go straight into an audit and add. But I just want to tell you about this word, breathtaking. Whenever you want the reader to read the two words together, make sure you use a hyphen. Breathtaking sea. Off you go, everybody. Come with me now to the writing side as we use our words to really craft up a sentence to describe the sea. This is when Erin is really taking notice. I'm going to start with Erin. I never want to be too far away from the central character. And then maybe I could have something like Erin took in the sights. Not sure about took in. Absorbed, that's good, I like it. Erin absorbed. Erin Do you know, there's another little phrase, drank in, meaning to absorb and admire. Drank in, that's good. It doesn't mean you actually drink the sea. It means you take it in. I'm not crossing these out because I don't like them. I'm just thinking about other things at the moment. Admired. I like that. I'm going to stick with that, I think. Erin admired. And then I want these two ideas working together. Big and wide and better than nice. Erin admired the huge sea. That'd work. Expansive sea. Vast sea. I'm going to take that, I think. Erin admired the vast sea. Erin admired the vast, glorious sea. Fascinating sea. Vibrant. This is good. It's a little bit alliterative there. It doesn't have to be, but I'm going to read that back. Erin admired the vast, vibrant sea. Off you go, writers. I want a sentence that captures her noticing the bigness and width of the sea as well as its beauty. Off you go. Great work. Let's move down now to Learning Chunk 2, Word Bank 1. And here, I want you to think very clearly about taking a moment. Last time we wrote about Erin under the sea, our focus was colour. This time it's going to be quantity and amount, and actually the shimmer and shine and the glittering of all the fish moving in the sea. Let's start off thinking about that shimmer and shine and how we can capture it. They need to be positive adjectives. One of the words I've been thinking about is mesmerising. The mesmerising sight, the mesmerising marine life, the dazzling fish. We're really thinking about how we can tell the reader about how the fish are catching our eye. I want you to think about words you actually might use with stars, and that could give you lots of ideas. I'm going to give you 45 seconds now to jot. Off you go. I'm going to add shimmering into my word bank because I could describe stars as shimmering, but I also could describe the fish as shimmering in the sea. If you've got shimmering, tick it. If you haven't, you can add it in. Watch Mrs. C now add more words and audit and add your vocabulary vault. Okay, we're going to move now to word bank 2, and we're going to think actually about collective nouns because I want the sea to be rich with an enormous amount of fish, and collective nouns can get us there. Do you know what's really interesting? There's 2 very obvious collective nouns that we can use all the time when we want to refer to fish. You can use the word shoal, the shoal of fish, but you must use that when you're talking about different species that are collecting together. When we talk about a school of fish, that is when it's all the same species of fish. So if all the rainbow fish are together, we call it a school. So that is about a collection of the same species. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something really challenging, and I really don't mind if you make mistakes because we're going to learn some new knowledge together today. These are real collective nouns for some of the fish types and marine life captured in the pictures. I'm going to start off with the first 2. A party of rainbow fish. And I'm going to write that in there, rainbow fish. A squad. I'm a member of a squad, a teacher squad. We can also have a squad of squid. Oh, isn't that brilliant? A squad of squid. Now, I'm not expecting you to know the perfect answers, but I want you to have a really good guess, and we can shuffle them around afterwards. I want you to start with swarm, and I'm going to give you 45 seconds on the clock. What do you think it might be? Work through as many as you can. Off you go. Don't worry, this is not about perfect answers. I'm going to give you another one now. A swarm of eels. I'm going to write that down. Mrs. C is going to complete the collective nouns for the type of fish with the noun that we use. You can watch and you might need to edit yours, and that's absolutely fine. Let's edit and add. Isn't that interesting that there are so many collective nouns for the sea world? I was just thinking there with dogfish, I thought it might be a pack of dogfish. No, a pack of dogs. You know what I mean? Linking to the animal world of the land. Oh well. Some of you got those right, but all by yourselves. That is amazing. And we've got a really good collection now as we move to the writing side. Okay, move over with me as we include positive adjectives and collective nouns. I'm not going to use the name Erin, I'm going to use the pronoun she so I don't repeat myself. She took a moment. She took a long moment, that sounds good as well. She took a moment to take in, enjoy might be better. I want to turn that up a little bit. She took a moment to appreciate. All of those are good actually. Appreciate and then the glimmering sights of the sea, the gleaming movement of the fish. Appreciate the dazzling diversity of fish. It's not just fish though, is it? Because I've got other things like crabs and squid. I'm going to put marine life so it's more accurate. Watch what I do now. Watch closely because I want you to do the same. I'm going to drop a colon. So it introduces the marine life like a list. I'm going to use 3, maybe 2, not sure yet, collective nouns here. I like this one. A glide of flying fish. A glide of flying fish. I love this one. A parade of prawns. Comma. A parade of prawns. I'd like to have an octopus in my story, but they don't move collectively. They're actually really solitary. I might put that in though, switch it up a bit. And a solitary, hypnotic octopus. Octopus. Now I'm going to go back and read that. And a solitary, oh dear, don't think that P's right. Hypnotic. But it is right, but I'd put it in the wrong place. It's always worth checking your work. I'm going to read that back. She took a moment to appreciate the dazzling diversity of marine life. A glide of flying fish, a parade of prawns, and a solitary, hypnotic octopus. I can't wait to see what you do with this. We are going deeper, wider, and more dazzling. I can't wait to see the collective nouns that you use. Use your 3 minutes wisely. I am singing with excitement to read your work. Make sure you get it into me. Hashtag English with Mrs. C, and then I will see it. Let's move to learning chunk 3. And as we move to learning chunk 3, I want us now to really think about bigger chunks of language. I want us to think about a clause, lining up and getting ready for what Erin is really noticing. I said this was a really slow motion part of the writing. This is the sort of thing I mean, something that could even stand alone as a simple sentence. We're definitely going to start with the name Erin, and we could have a clause that begins Erin could. Or we could have a clause that begins with Erin was. My Erin could idea. Erin could not believe her eyes. That's a good one. I might be tempted to write couldn't like this and drop the letter and put in the apostrophe, but that's a bit chatty and a bit informal, and we want our story to be formally written. Erin could not believe her eyes. I'm going to think about a clause now using was. Erin was bowled over by its beauty. Stunned, that's good. Erin was stunned. Ooh. Stunned by its beauty. They're my 2 ideas. I wonder if you could write me a clause, an Erin could clause, or an Erin was clause. Off you go. I've had another idea for a clause with was in it. Look at this one. Erin was hypnotised. Oh, once again, not, you see, it's a good job I'm practicing this word, isn't it? Hypnotised. It has made me realise I'm overusing that word. That happens sometimes. We get really attached to a word and we overuse it. And then you've got to have a little writerly chat with yourself and saying, stop using that word so much, Mrs. C. Erin was hypnotised by the marine life. We all have a word that we really like and overuse, but be really careful in your story that you don't repeat it and use it too much. Off you go now. I want you to audit and add. Okay, I want to think about now this place, the whole place of the sea. And we're going to think in two ways. We're going to think about positive adjectives that describe it. They need to be really powerful, stunning words. And I'm also going to think about more precise words for this place. This is the sort of thing I mean. This was a enchanted, and instead of saying sea or water again, I could say paradise, an enchanted paradise. I could say an enraptured utopia. All of these are really positive, precise words. I'm going to give you 45 seconds to jot, and if you're with a grown-up, you can jot. Off you go. Some of the words we use in these lessons are really tricky, but how we gather them is in synonym families. And that thesaurus thinking enables you to know that all of these words are about positive words to describe the place. This helps your thinking. It means that you know they're in that family. I'm going to add more now to enchanted and enraptured. I've got a really good idea. Magical. This magical space, this magical place. I want you now to look at extra words I'm adding in. Tick them off if you've already got them. And when you're really proud of your writing, star your words on your thinking side. I notice all of your little marks, all of your little jottings, because it shows me that you're thinking hard. Watch now as I add in adjectives and more precise nouns. Utopia, a place of ideal perfection. You know, Erin is really quite stunned with the majesty and beauty of the sea. We're going to move to writing side, and we're going to ensure that the reader can feel this positivity as they read it. Come with me now, and as I write, you're going to see inside the writer's brain. You're going to notice my out loud thinking, things I change, reject, improve on, because I am going for precision. Okay, over on the writing side now. I'm going to open with my clause. Erin was enveloped by the watery treasures. Erin was enveloped by the watery wonders. That sounds good. I don't want it to be informal like that. Erin could not believe her eyes. Now, I'm going to drop in a conjunction that explains why. There's some really good conjunctions that do this. Could not believe her eyes. Since is a good one. As or because. They're all good. I'm not crossing them out because they're not going to work. Erin could not believe her eyes as she felt safe in the watery paradise. Erin could not believe her eyes as she noticed the heavenly wonders. Erin could not believe her eyes because this was paradise. I feel like I've made all this effort with these adjectives and I haven't used any because this was paradise. I'm going to deepen the moment, I think, here, because this was paradise. A special paradise that was a sight to behold. Off you go, writers. You've got 3 minutes to impress me with your positivity. Mrs. C isn't expecting you to deepen the moment at every writing chunk, but I am noticing children who are starting to deepen. Deepen isn't about changing the plot. You're not allowed to change the plot, but you can tell me more about that moment. You can enrich it. You can expand on it. You can add in feelings. You could add a short sentence. You could add a simile. As you get more confident, you've got to seek out opportunity of time and a chance to deepen and really show me what you can do so that your writing glitters and sparkles to me. Oh, I really am impressed about how far you've come. Okay, I'm going to read my work back. I'm just going to capture that little bit of deepen that I added on where I didn't plot push, but I enriched it, emphasised it, and actually slowed it down even more. That was a sight to behold. So here we go. Let's read this back. Erin admired the vast, vibrant sea. She took a moment to appreciate the dazzling diversity of marine life, a glide of flying fish, a parade of prawns, and a solitary, hypnotic octopus. Erin couldn't believe her eyes because this was paradise, a special paradise that was a sight to behold. Wow. Your work is going to blow my socks off. I can feel it. And remember, if you want me to see your work, I'm out there on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I need grown-ups to take clear photographs so that I can read the writing really clearly. That's really important. Hashtag it English with Mrs. C and I will find it. Your writing is truly joyous and makes my day. So, until tomorrow, same time, 9:45, where we'll be moving on to plot point 7, where there is a change of emphasis. See you tomorrow, everybody.